throughout this hour, we've seen lots of evidence that whether it's painting or fashion, music or cooking, being creative helps us all heal. Our next guest fully agrees. That's why he launched a special program in San Diego that gives veterans the opportunity to lose themselves in creating art, even if just for a little while. From Vet Art, let's welcome Steve Dilley and one of the veterans who takes part in the program, Tonya. Give it up. So, Steve, can you kind of explain more about what Vet Art offers?
You know, we're really fortunate. I live in San Diego. Not only do we have a great, climate, but we have a lot of military personnel in town. We have a 5,000 square foot industrial building. It's set up specifically as an art space. So we really offer wellness in community based around creative expression. And all of our classes are free for all of our participants.
Wow, that last part is amazing for them. So what kind of change have you seen with the vets, after they've, worked with you?
You know, we do see them. They come in. Tonya is a good example of one of our great participants. But a change is people come in and they start working together and they start accessing a form of creativity. Maybe they had something about their earlier life that they were creative. They're thinking about art again. And I think the most transformational opportunity that we see with our veterans is the spouse comes in after the veteran's been working for 2 or 3 months and they say, "What'd you do to my husband?" Or "What'd you do to my spouse?"
Change. Yeah.
Oh, it's a big change. And what happens is the spouse goes, "I don't know what happened, but for the last 12 years of my marriage, my husband wouldn't say more than pass the salt at dinner. And he's been here for about 3 months, and last weekend we had dinner and he spoke for 5 hours and he shared about his childhood and who he served with and what he did in the service. And most importantly, it gives me insight on how to be present for him and how to assist him." So, as an artist, I'm not a veteran. I just choose to work with veterans as a means to wellness. But there's something connected there about access to nonverbal means of communication and how that opens up pathways, so.
Absolutely. Art is so vital. So, Tonya, how did you get involved in the Vet Art project?
Well, I was in the Air Force for 10.5 years.
Thank you, first of all.
You're welcome.
And that's also real badass.
Yes.
It's a chick in the Air Force. I think that's real cool.
And I suffered with chronic pain for about 8 of those years. And then I was diagnosed with PTSD stemming from military sexual trauma.
Oh.
So I got put on medication. And they put me in a very dark place, a very dark place, to the point where my nieces that I used to care for, told me that I was just totally knocked out. And I realized that I had to find another means. So I got involved in landscaping and gardening.
I love gardening.
Yes, therapeutic.
It is.
Digging in the clay.
I mean, I'm different experience, but even going through a divorce, I've started really getting into planting and everything. It's healing,
yes,
having your hands in that dirt.
And that's why I found it very therapeutic.
Yeah. So how have you changed since you first started at Vet Art?
Well, I'm an introvert, despite what people think. Because I'm loud. I can hang with most of them, but I'm really an introvert. And I was a little bit to myself. But then the instructors just made me feel comfortable. They didn't judge me on what I was doing. They just let me be me and create.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed is that I would go into the studio and I would be in a lot of pain, from my knee injury. And then I would leave in the studio. The military has a thing called the pain scale, from 1 to 10. I would go in the studio as a 9. And some days I would walk out as an 8. Some days I would walk out as a 5.
That's
amazing. But I started to realize it was the art that was helping me heal. So I want to continue to encourage people just to be positive and find what in them can help them heal instead of going to medication or, unfortunately, I'm a survivor of suicide. I've attempted twice and thank God, it didn't work. I'm still here.
But what a testimony you have to people that might have those same thoughts or experiences at this place. Yeah,
get into art. What is it? Music, ceramics, painting. What is it that can help heal your heart? Take it out of your heart, put it in your mind, and put it on paper. Put it in your hands.
Yeah.
That's why I like working with the clay. So my goal is to, I'm working on my nonprofit, Spread Love Through Arts.
Yeah.
And just encourage other people just to get involved in the arts.
It's so important. Well, clearly Vet Art is making a big difference in people's lives, and we want to help them continue. So, Steve, that's why we are donating $5,000 to the program to help out. We love what you're doing. Thank you so much, Steve and Tonya. Like, we need some commercials, but thank you so much for sharing. It's a beautiful thing, and you probably affected someone at home today. So that's if you reach one person, I've been told since I was a kid, that's what matters.